Hello all, here at OS and VTXReviews.com. You're watching our video unboxing / first impressions video of the mini bladeless fan. This is a small portable fan / smallish air conditioner, I might dare say so, because it has an interesting sponge design where you soak the sponge in freezing water and ice and you put it in there so that the actual kind of the air that you feel is very cold compared to your regular air. So it's kind of a mini air conditioner, mini fan that's bladeless, which uses the same technology that kind of Dyson promises to use with their much more expensive fan models. Of course, as a smaller fan, it basically just sits on your desk or you can take it with you. It's portable, it runs on batteries, or you can plug it into your PC using a USB. So it's a pretty interesting design. Now the cost of this thing is actually surprisingly low for the kind of concept involved, but then this is something that was manufactured out of Shenzhen, China, so I'm not gonna, kind of trust too much with the quality, and I'm not gonna kind of expect this thing to be perfect either. Retailing, this device only retails for about, I would say, $12 or about $15 depending on where you look, and you can purchase this online at Amazon.com and also in stores about the same price tag, $15 to $20. So it's again not very expensive, especially for the technology of a bladeless fan and the whole concept involved. But we'll have to see if it performs, even a fraction as good as the Dyson one does. Still, it seems to be a pretty cool gift idea, and we're excited to take a closer look. It's wrapped in this bubble wrap, and you can see this is called the No Leaf Air Condition. So there you go, it is a mini air conditioner. You can see the design, there's a hole in the center so you can put your hands through it. The benefits of having a no blade fan is, of course, it prevents you from cutting your hands accidentally. It also provides more of a conversation starter, so it's great for people with smaller kids around, or if you're really a huge gadget hound, it seems to be a pretty cool kit to just own in general. So inside there you can see it's environmental sponge for the aforementioned cooling effect. There's also a rechargeable lithium battery, so it seems like actually the battery is actually rechargeable as well, so it's energy efficient, pretty cool. It comes in multiple colors, so you can customize from pink, green, blue, and black, and they all come about the same price, which is nice as well. Some more information: your lifestyle, choose your color. It's kind of interesting. Expect a lot of grammatical errors here and there because it again is made out of something out of China, Shenzhen, so it's very cheap. But again, USB 2.0, cleaning. Wow, that's keep. So yep, I'll be sure to keep this and not throw it in the garbage. Okay, anyways, let's take a look at the actual contents of the package now. It seems like you can just peel this open. Laying right on top is actually the USB cord, which is actually extremely thin. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's almost paper thin, so it's very cheap feeling and flimsy feeling. But it is the USB 2.0 port on one side, and the other side is a proprietary charger for the unit itself. You can also plug this into the wall if you want to do that. And then we have the actual cordless, bladeless fan itself, and also an instruction warranty guide in the very dead center of the product. And that's it for the box, and we can set everything else to the side. Taking a quick look at the warranty and the instructions first, it tells you your contents, including the sponge. Remove it to put it into water, into the freezer. Press the actual switch, and you can see the fan and the air kind of ventilating outwards. Pretty interesting. It's how the modes function. It's printed in monochrome black and white. Seems to be okay. It's also in Chinese as well on the back. And this is actually a more detailed product manual. It seems to actually be the exact same thing, actually. This is the exact same manual, actually. The exact same piece of paper was printed 4 times to put into this box, which I am confounded by, which is a huge enigma for us. Why they wanted to waste paper, I have no idea. But now let's take a closer look at the actual product. In the hand, it doesn't feel that bad, actually. Even though it is made entirely out of plastic, I thought it would actually be more flimsy and cheaper feeling, but it actually feels alright. You can see that there are kind of a gap in the center here. This is where the air will actually come outwards. It only comes outwards in one direction, just like the Dyson unit. There's nothing on the back. You can see kind of where the suction for the regular air will go in, and then finally channeling outwards like so, going into a 360-degree kind of angle here. There's a click button here that you can press to turn on and off. It's spring assisted and seems to be pretty nicely designed, which is good. There's the kind of the Hawaii pattern here on the front for the blue design, and then this is the aforementioned proprietary slot for charging it and also plugging it into a PC or to a wall outlet. And on the bottom there we can see the port for your batteries. Again, standard AAA batteries, 4 of them will work, or you can put in a rechargeable one, but again, no rechargeable one is actually included, so that's a lie in the print. Make sure you understand this one doesn't come included with a rechargeable battery. So anyways, I guess the back of the unit can actually be peeled off. I'm not really sure how we're supposed to There we go, to peel it off like that, I guess. And then you can see this is the sponge. It seems to be pretty thin right now, but it's because it hasn't been activated yet. Putting it into water will expand it, and then you can freeze it to get kind of an ice cold effect. And then afterwards, you just put it in here like so, rest it on the slot, close it up, and then kind of colder air will blow out, just like an air conditioner technology. So pretty interesting in terms of that. We'll definitely take a closer look at this product and come out with a full video review of how it performs, whether it can stack up to, kind of a fraction of the performance of the Dyson, or if it's a complete failure. At least on concept, it seems to be pretty good, and again, the cost makes it pretty affordable. And if you are looking for a small portable fan, a small portable air conditioner, maybe just something to sit on your desk as a piece of decoration, then this thing might not be that bad of an idea. And also kind of the design is unique and something we haven't seen before, as opposed to traditional spinning propeller fans. So anyways, this is just a very quick first look at the Bladeless no leaf air conditioner. If you have one of these, you've already performed and tested one of these out, be sure to leave a comment in the section below. Again, we will be conducting our own testing and come out with a full video review and also a written article on our website here at osandbtxreviews.com very soon. Thanks for watching this video unboxing / first impressions video of this no leaf air conditioner / fan from Shenzhen, China. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews and OS here at osandbtxreviews.com. We're now back with our video review of the no leaf air conditioner, or the Bladeless air conditioner that you can technically put your hands in and still have it function. Our verdict for this fan is that it definitely doesn't perform, very well. It's not, kind of even at the same caliber of the Dyson fan, which you can probably expect and guess, judging by the fact that the price is just kind of a fraction of the price of the actual Dyson fan, almost like 1/20th the price. So it's a huge gap in difference. This is more like a toy that you might want to put around with. It's more of a novelty piece than something that actually works very terribly well. I will say that running on batteries and running on AC power works equally as well, so it is pretty portable. Turning the device on, you can see that it's actually quite noisy and loud. The product will ignite, and you can definitely hear a lot of background noise kind of in the distance. I'm also not entirely, kind of sold on the whole Bladeless fan concept after seeing it in person, because Dyson probably has different technology for this. It's more like a vacuum, but on this one at least, you can see how it's operating on the back. It's essentially just like a fan in the back, and it's just pushing the air out into the gap into the front. So there's still technically a blade in it. It's just a different place rather than traditionally right here in front. And so it's still good for kids to play around with, but still one downside to this is it produces a lot of noise, and another downside is that the amount of kind of air that you feel coming out of the fan is very little. It's very minimalistic, and it isn't very targeted. And when I say that, after you put this fan to your face, you're not going to kind of feel a stream of air going to you. Instead, you're going to feel it kind of disperse around you in a 360-degree view. So if you are looking for something that's very targeted, perhaps you're in a really hot region, you want to just blow some air into your face, this isn't gonna work, because the air is going to kind of disperse around everywhere. So it's not a very powerful fan in that department. This device probably would work better in a room situation where perhaps you're in a slightly hotter or warmer room and you turn this on. It might dispel the air around you and mix up the air a little bit better, but it surely isn't like a traditional fan where it just targets the air into your face, or one part of your body that feels really hot. And so for that reason, it's kind of disappointing. Now, taking a look at the sponge or air conditioning function, again, you can freeze up the sponge or put it into just cold water and it should work just fine. You can see the sponge is now fully expanded, and it now fits much more snugly into the design of the back of the unit. And it works, pretty much as you might expect. Putting in the colder air definitely makes the air a little bit colder. Now, the effect is not hugely notable, and also because the sponge is so small, the air and the water kind of evaporates pretty fast, so you kind of lose that cold air conditioning feel very soon, but it still works as you might expect, and you can still close up the back pretty easily if you want to do that. One concern I did have with this sponge inserted, if you didn't want to use kind of frozen sponges, if you just wanted to put water into it, I was a little bit concerned because it would come into contact with a spinning blade and it might rust over time, or in this case it might get into the circuitry and it might short the actual fan out. So I'm not really sold about putting water directly near the actual ports in the fan, but hey, I guess we'll just have to see how that turns out. For now, though, I do think that it actually works okay. Again, it makes the fan a little bit weaker because less air can technically go through, even though the sponge has been cut out for the fan. But the air that comes out is definitely a little bit colder, and one plus is that since the sponge kind of absorbs the shock of the spinning fan, the sound is actually reduced when you put in the sponge. So if you are in a quiet situation, you want to have a noiseless fan, then putting in the sponge helps a little bit, but it doesn't help by too much.
overall, this is definitely something pretty cool. Again, you can put your hands through it. It's definitely a novelty piece, just like kind of the concept behind the larger and more expensive Dyson fans. If you are kind of a gadget hound looking for something to perhaps put on your desk for, you know, dispersing hot air around a room, I think it will work pretty good, especially since it has a USB connection for the power jack. But if you are looking for something just to take with you as a really powerful and versatile fan, I do think you'll be disappointed by the loud fan noise, the not so great battery life if you use the AAA batteries, and also the fact that the air is kind of dispersed instead of being focused and targeted. Anyways, thanks for watching this video review here at osmvtxreviews.com, and this has been the No Leaf air conditioner, or also the Bladeless mini fan. Thanks for watching. osmvtxreviews.com and OS Tech News.